Hey everyone, CVA here, bringing you another video, and today we're going to talk about the murder of Brittany Zimmermann, a 21-year-old girl from Madison, Wisconsin. Brittany was murdered in her home at 12:30 in the afternoon on April 2nd of 2008. We're going to go through the timeline of events, and then we're going to finish with my thoughts. On April 2nd, 2008, in the middle of the day, 12:20, in the middle of the day, broad daylight, someone kicked in her door of her apartment and murdered her. Before she was killed, though, she did make a call to 911. Here's where it gets a little weird, because 911 dispatch says that they only heard static and silence. But finally, when this hit the court, they played the tape back and you can hear her screams. Unfortunately, that audio tape has not been released to the public yet, due to the police believing that if it is released, it will hinder their investigation. My ass. Let me have that tape. Okay, anyways, let's continue on. So, nothing came of her 911 call. No one was dispatched. Nothing happened. She was discovered by her boyfriend, who came home later that day, saw the door has been kicked open, and his girlfriend laying on the floor, unconscious and bleeding. This is when the boyfriend calls 911.
Jordan Goddard.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
I just came home, the door was busted in, and my girlfriend's been shot.
He initially assumed, as you just heard, that she has been shot. It's to find out later that she was actually stabbed. Now, it's important to stop here and to give a little bit another part of the story here. This town is known for having basically panhandlers, people who walk around just asking for money, beggars, homeless people, hobos, whatever you want to call them, where they will literally walk up to your house and ask you for money on the spot. And there's even been a case where someone has walked into their house to ask them for money. That's shady as hell. That's how you get shot where I'm from. But anyways, so it is very common to get asked for money if you're in Madison, Wisconsin, apparently. So now, back on the timeline, the police did take DNA from the crime scene. There was DNA left on the crime scene, and they did retrieve it. On the clothing worn by Brittany Zimmermann was this man's DNA, 50-year-old David Call. Now here's where it gets a little sketchy, okay? The DNA sample was not enough to be 100% definitive proof that it's his. So this is what we've been told. But it was on her right arm. It was on Brittany's right arm. And pause, question. I have a question. Was she right arm dominant? That's a valid question. Think about it. You're right arm dominant. You might as well going to throw a punch with your right arm or use your right arm because it's your strongest arm. It's also noteworthy to know that this man has also been known to try to bum money off people. But yes, you can guess it. He doesn't want to talk, and he has not talked. It's been 11 years and he still will not talk. But he has spoken to one person. Andrew Scholes. Andrew Scholes and David Call were apparently good buddies. And David Cole confided into Andrew Scholes. Now, the police can't force this man to give information about his buddy, including when this man, Andrew Scholes, is a conniving POS. He had federal charges on him for having marijuana and firearms, and it's a whole big fiasco, and he wants a presidential pardon, or he's not going to rat out his buddy. Now, I'm giving you guys the expedited version of this story. Link in the description if you want to read more about it. But he wanted a presidential pardon, or he's not going to squeal on his buddy. Okay, so they're wheeling in with this guy. They're trying to wiggle. They're trying to get some, room with this guy. Come on, give us a little something. Give us something. And then he dies in a motorcycle accident. So this case is at a standstill. The police are staying optimistic with the whole thing. They did not move this to cold case. It is still open, and they just keep bouncing around different detectives to get new, fresh eyes on it. Now, that has its advantages and disadvantages. Advantages to that means they're still actively engaging this case. Even after 11 years, they still have this case open. It's still assigned to someone. Sitting at a desk right now in Wisconsin, someone is still assigned this case. But disadvantage, you can't hire private investigators. You can't get Freedom of Information Act. You can't get those 911 calls because it's an active, ongoing investigation. There's a lot of information that the public does not have because, again, it's an active investigation. Now, if it were to move to a cold case, then there's a little bit more leniency with the information allowed to be released. I'm pretty optimistic about this case, though, CVA Army. Seriously, I think I am. I'm pretty optimistic about it. I think this will be solved. There will be justice for Brittany, and the scumbag that killed her will get what he deserves. Now I'm going to give you my 2 cents, and I'm going to clean up on a few points that I didn't really hit well on. She's a very pretty girl. She was a very pretty girl. And usually, when it comes to murders like this, it was maybe a crime of passion, meaning someone liked her or a friend of the family liked her. She didn't have a lot of money. They didn't do it to rob her. I think it was someone that is close in the family. If tomorrow the murderer is found, I bet you the family will be like, holy shit, it was you? I can't believe it. Secondly, this David Call character, he has been known to go door to door asking for money for a tire that needs to be repaired. That doesn't exist. He doesn't need money to fix a fucking tire. It doesn't exist. I think he was going door to door right after the murder happened and saw the doors kicked open and saw her laying on the ground and did a quick rob of the place. And he was probably patting her down, trying to find her wallet. I mean, not wallet, but, like her purse or feeling in her pockets to find money. And then he bounced. And that's how his DNA was left there. Very possible. That dude probably saw something. He probably saw the murderer. Or hell, he is the murderer. So this channel's been growing very, very fast. 12,000 subscribers now. Thank you so much, everyone. And I'm doing more videos like this to help spread awareness to these cases. This family deserves justice. This Brittany Zimmermann deserves justice. And the person who harmed her deserves what's coming to him or her, whoever it was. So please share this if you know anything. All the links are in the description. Thank you very much to Lord and Nards for actually inspiring me to make this video. I loved his video. I made a comment. I favorited it. I liked it. It was a great video. And I'm going to do more like this. So thank you very much for hanging out with me. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. And if you did, leave me a comment, give me a subscribe, give me a thumbs up, all that cool good stuff. True crime community, CVA Army, take care.